Hey everybody, MJ here. How's it going? All right. We're in my neighborhood here in Huco. And before we get started, I got more wires going on that I know what to do with, so I just want to make sure that the audio and everything's okay. I'm using the new Insta360 Flow gimbal. It has the integrated selfie stick. So this is the height that it sits on the table. It's great. I'll hold it up in a second. It also has an integrated tripod. And so what I was going to do today was, let me switch around. The different trucks are here today. That's the truck that you guys saw earlier in the week. I did a YouTube short on it. They have a kind of a burger. There's another interesting truck that you've seen before, the duck truck. And there's one across the street which I've never seen. It's kind of an odd, kind of a sketchy looking pizza truck where, I don't know, they, I don't know. I'm just going to go look. It looks like they're using like a drum, a chemical barrel that they cut into pieces, and they're using it for an oven. I have no idea. So we're going to, in a minute, we're going to check it out. So let's get ready and go for a walk. I know it's really like, I know it's really noisy. So I need you to let me know if you're having trouble hearing me. And I can also, the problem is, trying to find the ideal place for my microphone that doesn't touch anything. I got my hat lanyard, I got my bag, you know. So I think if I do this, it kind of keeps it from, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, maybe I can just, hang on. Maybe I can just, these wireless mics. I got to talk to JTS about designing a new wireless mic for live streamers that meets all of our criteria. All right, so let's turn around, and I'm going to fold up the selfie stick and get ready to go, because I've never used this gimbal before, but it has a really interesting grip. And let me fold up the selfie stick, so I'm not used to having the thing like so high. And you can turn the, there's a little, there you go, there's a little handle, I mean a little, what you call it, a little, what am I trying to say, hinge, so you can change the angle. And this is a duck truck, you guys seen this before. And what this is this is EI, which means you can make two types of dishes out of one duck. And I'm just going to show you. This is roast duck that this guy does. He's an expert. And these are roast ducks hanging in here. And this stuff is really, really amazing. I've shown this before. And I have also live streamed here a couple of times. But I don't want to get anything from here just yet, because it's too early. And I don't feel like eating such a big meal. Now the lights, green's got to wait for it. But right over there, this won't zoom with this camera, okay? Right over there is a little interesting. I'm going to have to go over there and see what they do. It says, I can see right here, it says 70 NT. So let's see what you can get for 70 NT. Okay, so the light's green, so let's walk press free. I want to welcome everyone to Taiwan, and wow, I got a couple of viewers on Africa TV, but so far I think the notifications are going on. I think it's just probably too early for everybody. It's Sunday morning. All right. Here we go. Nice how she just blocked. Just block the sidewalk. Okay, so this is like a motorcycle that has a windshield on and some other stuff, and this is the oven, I think, that they're cooking stuff in. So I'm gonna look at these are the two different things they got. This is a kind of a pizza, and one of them has pineapple and one of them doesn't. So I think I'm gonna get over 嘿，老板，你好，我要点一个
我跟点什么？
下面的，我要一份这个。
中国也要。
哦，对。
好，
一份好。
这个要。
OK， 好，谢谢。可以拍你住吗？Putting a blank, I guess you'd call it. The piece is hard to see. I'm gonna put that in the oven, I think. Microwave, yep. Oh, that's a toaster oven. Oh, okay. Well, it says. Well, this, who knows? This might not even actually be like homemade Taiwan food. This might just be like store-bought stuff around. We don't know. By the way, behind me are some of the ubiquitous. Anyway, here's the Taiwan famous Jiawawa, and yeah, there we go. So the Jiawawa is the new Taiwan business model that people are opening because they don't know what else to do to make money. A lot of the businesses have sort of gone under. All right, so we're broadcasting live tonight on Africa TV, on Facebook and YouTube. I'm just limiting the others. 好，4分钟吗? He's saying 10 minutes. Okay. So that's the case. Then I'm going to go to the next place. Okay, 我回来哈，4分钟哈。好，谢谢。Okay. I'm going to go over here to the next place. Now I know we're broadcasting, but it's very unusual to not have any of those. I think the notifications might not have gone out. Who knows? Anyway, let me just make sure that I do this. Hang on, I'm going to do this, and okay. That's all I wanted to do right there was to make sure I can save it. Okay, like the turn rate. Alright. I'm going to go back over here. So I got 10 minutes for that one. So let me go ahead and get this one over here. This gimbal, I've used a lot of different gimbals, and this one is a little bit more sensitive than some of the other ones, but it seems pretty nice. It's pretty smooth. Light is turning green, red, and there it is from green. Okay. So now the scooters are coming, so I'm going to go over here and order another one of these. I did a YouTube short on this. I want to say hi to everyone on Facebook. Hello, 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 hello. 我也开直播哈。
好，我知道。
YouTube。
哦。
FB 对。
How are you？
我要介绍。I'm okay. How are you？ 我想一个原味哈。
一个原味哈。
嗯，好不好？
一个原味我给他。要这个吗？
这个是什么？
番茄酱。
不要谢谢。
不要谢谢。
对啊。就是原味就好了。
原味的就好。
对，不需要姜。
65块，55。
哦，好，等一下。
Total 55。不是，我会讲55。
55.
50块。
Okay, 等一下。I gotta do this with 2 hands. Oh. I'm gonna set this tripod right down here.
Hello.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh.
Okay.
OK 啊。
等一下。So 55. 等一下。Okay, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes, thank you very much. 拜拜。还是要
哇，这么快啊！
哎，
快
刚好有
快呀！2个7，
我有看你租那个，等一下，
130，
好重。
2个7是130，然后他要一个
sorry, I had tripod.
夏威夷黑岛130，
Pouring the stuff into this,
205， 205，
this
然后
is
嘞，
泡菜啊，
the dispenser for the batter.
韩式的吗
不然还有泰式吗？
？205， 205，
哎，帮我问一下。
210， 207，老板，
I'm just gonna put this.
总共270哦，
There you go.
我算过了，
你超过了，
Things
对，
that
不会少出来，
just
不会
put
说
the
出来。
bottom layer on.
我会少算。
The bottom layer on. With the selfie stick.
你好，
老板，这边有那个可以直接跟我点。
你帮我拿玉米一下。
好，玉米
泡菜
在哪里？
的有几个？一个，好。玉米在冰箱里。
冰箱没哦有，我知道了。
What else?
现在要快一点，太多了。够吗？
So it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Eastern time, United States, and it's like 3 hours earlier than that. The U.S. California time, so nobody's watching that.
不错不错，有人帮你。YouTube 吗？
先一点点就好，先一点点就。
不然会来不及啊。
你先做一个，帮我做一个泡菜给那个。
也有 FB.
韩式泡菜吗？你的先生，你的65。
Other ingredients in. I think this meats fine dining. See what that's a challenge.
帮你30。
Bread for fine dining.
今天风好小，
Now she just flips that over.
今天没有风。
对啊，完全没有风。
The thing is, this process.
等我，你要袋子吗？
Actually, it's in the batter. That's
你要什么酱？
the bottom half.
要什么酱？哦，没有，没事。这个不能加酱，会不好，味道会太弱了。
Get more ingredients out. That's the pork. Yeah, these burgers are made out of pork meat.
还在吗？不好意思啊，少了一个。原来资源。
Of course, the spoon she uses is the actual measure, so it makes it easier.
对，没有，很认真帮你。直播。
很有意思，对啊，很有意思啊。Very interesting. Later, we're having a conversation yesterday about how many needed to tell that I'm from America, by the way, as well. Was one of the guys.
你的夏威夷要什么口味？
Young guy, 20 years old. I was joking with that. So I said, well, how long have you been in Taiwan? He said, well, 20 years.
泰式甜辣不错。
I've been here 20 years. So, I'm going to show you some. They don't have the sign up there, but these are the different ones they have. Hey, Dave, how you doing?
泡菜。
Can't hear me. Uh-oh.
好的。
Oh, no.
它两个，
两个玉米。
对。那么韩式泡菜要加？
泡菜就不要了。
哦，没事，不用，因为那个加酱会味道
One,
会
two,
改
one,
掉。
two. You can't hear
对，
me.
拍谁拍谁。我吸奶的，所以会。
Very low. That's. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't tell me that. No. Hang on. All right, let me do this. I did all this testing. It's fine now? Oh my goodness. All that time earlier was all shot. I don't know what it was I did. I just touched, oh my goodness. I touched several things. I don't know which things I did. Is it too heavy now? Oh,
要带什么？
that wrecked it. Totally wrecked it. Well, I did save this broadcast, so I suppose I could go back in my studio in post and hopefully that. All right. Green light. I actually have the selfie stick extended. I'm kind of not used to this, having this down by my side. Okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to set this down in my bike bag. It's okay now? Man, I appreciate it. Gosh, there's no way. You know, the thing is, is. Beginning was okay? Okay, good. I just turned it up. Is that all it needed was to be turned up? Is that what you're saying? Because I had it down on the lowest one. And you know what? I do have, because Periscope does have, Prism does have an audio meter, and the audio meter looked like it was doing okay. Okay, good. This is a famous duck truck. And there it is. He changed his name. He had a different name years ago. Okay, now. Here's this thing over here. You're not going to believe this. This guy, I don't know what he's doing, but I saw him open up pizza from a package and put it in a toaster oven. It'll probably be 10 minutes. But they got this thing here. This is supposed to be like a, I think it's supposed to be like a wood oven. Of course, they got peanuts and mushrooms. So here it is right here. Here's what they got for pineapple and what's the one about? I don't even know what the is. I don't even know what that is. But that's what I ordered. Oh, is it? Oh, sweet. Okay, excellent. And I have the stick extender. And this is a relevant stuff. So, 好，多少？70哈。来，等一下，我看看。
60块。
等一下，我看看我零钱。Sorry, I'm taking out my wallet here, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to juggle this. 我零钱不够，不好意思，我没有消遣，可以吗？不好意思。I can't take it for $1,000. 不好意思，我没有小钱。I don't have a small bill, so hopefully I'll wipe them out for the change.
那里有五款啊，干嘛拿呀？
I'm using them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to close up the selfie stick because I think that just makes the moment arm too long, and then it exaggerates whatever motions I'm doing. 好，谢谢。
然后9把。
好，
谢谢。
不好意思啊。
谢谢。
不好意思啊。
谢谢。
Okay, 谢谢. Now they're going to give me the, they gave me the bag already. Okay, so this is it. 好啊 ，Okay, 谢谢. Bye-bye. Alright, so this is, I'm using the Flow, which is the new Insta360 gimbal, and it's pretty cool. Hey Dave, thank you for telling everybody. I can see the notifications. Thank you for telling everybody I'm live on our line group. I have to admit, this gimbal is smooth. I've had a lot of gimbals in my life, and this one seems really good. Okay, I'm going to press the trigger twice and reset. So there we are. Wow, it's very close to being in the center. The DJI OM drifts over time. The one thing that's really interesting about this gimbal, for those of you who do live stream, is that you can grab the phone and adjust it however you want it. It's bizarre. I've never been able to do that with another gimbal. If you want to go portrait or landscape mode, you can either press the button on the gimbal or you just grab the phone and turn it. It likes it. And if you want to like turn the camera around, like if you want to point the stick down for like a dog's eye view, you can just turn it by hand. It's amazing. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I put the other thing in my bike. Okay, we got our red light now. I'm getting ready to turn. There's cars turning here. There's some cars turning up here. I'm just going to walk across real slow. I'm over by Jar Jar. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Mr. Wu's. So if we lose connectivity, you'll have to tell me. All right. Now, change modes here. Hang on. Okay. Let's see, where are we? No, I don't want FPV mode. Come on. Come on, I don't want... This is acting weird now. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta do something with this gimbal. No, it's not doing it. Is this going to be an FPV mode? I hope not, because FPV mode is going to be crazy. Nope, it's not an FPV mode. Here's what I want. I want this mode. Come on. Well, the app is okay. The app is not active, so that's the problem. All right, here's my bike. Let me take my bike. Sorry, guys. I'm growing pains with this new gimbal. I'm gonna walk my bike. And of course, the front tire got stuck in a hole. Walk my bike around the corner to Mr. Wu's, and I'm going to keep the stream going as long as I can, make sure he's okay. I don't want to ride my bike with this gimbal, I'll have a crash. Alright, so we just passed by the famous Win-Wins, but I'm avoiding that place now, which incidentally, the other night, I went over there to get some ice, and Win-Win herself was there, and she invited me to sit down and eat. I was like, no thanks. I didn't say anything, but I wanted to say, oh, your workers don't like me, so I'm not eating here, but I didn't feel like getting into it. Alright, I'm going to park my scooter on the side road. Hey, this is great. Nobody's here. I'm by myself because it's early. I'm going to park my bike next to this scooter. And I'm going to get the two little goodies out of my bike, and I'm going to review both of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on the table with the integrated, oh, this is great, the integrated selfie stick, the tripod. I'm going to go here. Hey, now I'm going to go ahead and order some food. So this is the restaurant here. So let me see, I'll go over here like this. That's the brother. His sister is the lady that runs this place. All right, let's see what they got over here. Kind of slim pickings tonight. Oh, you gotta be kidding. No bacon. Here's how this works. Here's how this works. You're supposed to use tongs, what you call jasa, but because it's in the bag, I'm just gonna throw it in this basket up here like this, okay? Wow, the moment arm is so long. Now these are actually frozen. I want to get, oh my goodness. Oh, I just want to get a couple of these. See this? Frozen in there, but at least we know they're fresh, okay? I'm going to put the second one in there. Third one in there. So he's making me, so I don't get too much stuff here because he's making me cabbage stuff. Hey, 你好。
你要高丽菜啊？
对，他煮的高丽菜很好。OK， 这个。说你好，我开直播。That didn't go too long. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the cooler. Oh man, this Man, this tripod kicks. Just, it's amazing. See, with the DJI, if I had to carry a LED box with this DJI box, I could carry it this big. Have my microphone in it, bracket, because I have to have a place to put my microphone's receiver on. It's already has a full one socket. Second big one. Tripod. I know everybody right now. Don't let us have any controversy. Second thing is, and the reason that the glasses keep the beer from getting too hot. Now let me turn this around. This is Mr. Wu's. Okay, so this is Mr. Wu's new. So let me do this. I'm sorry I missed your comments. Let me go back and check and see what I missed. Okay, so I got everything smooth gimbal with the primitive. Okay. I did. When I had the pink microphone from JTS, the day I got the pink microphone, I did a broadcast from here. Yes, I did. Long time ago. And so what do you think of the gimbal so far? It's the first time I've ever used it. I'm not exactly used to it. Now our mask mandate's over, so I could go ahead and take these off. Of course, the mask always catches on there, so. You did not hear me when I walked away. That's bizarre. I'm going to do another test then. Yeah, we should. Oh, you know what? Let me see. I'll bet. My back is turned around. I won't press for a second. The wireless mic should be this way. It's a good test. What I'm going to do is basically let's turn around and face my back. I bet that's my back. My body walking. That's what I think. Okay. Anyway, walking back there like that, you can see how heavy I am now. I put on more weight recently, so. Oh, excellent. Okay. Well, as I get used to it, you know, you have to tune those things, and gimbals are like a musical instrument. You know, you have to play them. You know what I'm talking about, Dave. You know what your gimbal's limitations are, and you play them. Now, this is a typical type of alcohol dispenser that we use in Taiwan. The pandemic is over, basically, but I have been such a habit. It's the phone mic. So the wire, okay. Hang on. This is weird. Do you hear this? We might actually not be broadcasting into the phone mic. Yeah, I mean, you know, we might actually not be using the wireless mic. We might have problems. Funny because I did a test. I tested all this stuff yesterday. So we're on the. You think we're on the phone mic? If that's the case. Changes everything. I gotta wait for that response. This is correct. Okay. Okay. Then, unfortunately, okay, I think I know what's wrong. But the good news is, we've been on the phone mic, which is okay. All right, let's do this. I think I know what's going on. Okay, hold on. Now, the phone mic should go off now. This should be the, okay. This should be the wireless mic. Yeah. At least I don't have to worry about it rustling. The integrated cold shoe is amazing. Okay. This should be like, that should be loud. If we are in fact. Prism, hang on. Prism recognizes now an external mic. Gosh, we got so many things. I have some new adapters that I've ordered that are coming in the mail. They're coming on Shopping Network. They should be here tomorrow, where I'll be able to use the USB-C port for audio. I'll be able to use the USB-C port, and also I'll be using the at the same time for USB-C port also for charging, so it should work okay. By the way, I can tell by the audio level, I think the wireless mic's working now. Okay, so these are a little, sorry about that, at least, okay, at least we didn't have nothing at the beginning. And all those years, I did live stream just with my phone mic, so, okay, I know what happened. I inadvertently used the wrong cable. This is a really, really super fine mist. So, well, let me do this. If I put this down on the table, what does that sound like? It probably sounds good because it's a loud mic. So this is how we drink beer in Taiwan. In these little tiny glasses. And the reason is we want the beer, majority of the beer to stay in the bottle so it stays cold, you know. But it's hot in Taiwan, and there's a lot of controversy about this because I've actually had people on Periscope make nasty comments because I was drinking beer with ice. It was like these guys were like telling me like I wasn't like a man or something because I was, you know, drinking beer with ice. You live in a hot climate, man, and that's it. You drink ice, and they drink beer with ice all over Asia, places in Laos and Thailand and other places too. It gets hot here. Now, here's one thing about the gimbal. I'm going to give you this engineer's viewpoint. With the, I think I'm going to put this back here though, just for the sake of proximity. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm going to put it back on clipped. The DJI gimbals have an output that you can use to charge your phone, and it's a USB-A. So using a USB-A to USB-C, and I have a little pigtail about this big. Now the cable that I have now, it's USB-C to C, is like this long, so it's wrapped around here. It looks really weird. But this up by the head, and it's literally this far away from the phone, which makes so much sense. I need to find a little C to C pigtail, which I can at Nova. But I will say this, I've been charging my phone, keeping it charged with the gimbal. The gimbal has a pretty big battery in it. And now the gimbal shows that I've got half the battery. Hey Bernardo, fist bump to you. The gimbal shows I have half the battery shot, which I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see. And I have my battery bank, and I think I might, now that I'm sitting here, I think I might plug the gimbal itself in and charge it while I'm charging my phone. Because the thing is, I don't want my phone to run out of battery. But I will say this, the gimbal is keeping up with the phone. Oh, 好啊，谢谢。好看。I'm going to have to show you this, guys. So let me get another USB-C cable to charge the gimbal with. But what I'm really trying to say is that with the DJI gimbal, using it to charge the phone, it was always a losing proposition. In other words, it never kept up with it. It just slowed it down. Eventually, the phone would have drained completely. Now this is what I just ordered. Let me go on the other camera. I just ordered, hang on, bacon and cabbage. Look at this. Wow. Now we have a full 30 frames per second, 2500 kbps here at Mr. Wu's. Look at this, man. This is amazing. Bacon, cabbage, and you can see the steam coming off of that. Look at that. That's amazing. And they're over there cooking the other stuff. So we can go take a look at that. But I will say that the little feet on the selfie stick do kind of catch. They do kind of catch on. But having the selfie stick means that I can reach over this and do that. Up on the top, it's the broccoli that's already come out. Shaking that off. Oh, I seem to have reached the limit on that. Oh, that's weird. Okay. All right. And now, over here. Yeah, she's going to put it all into a tray and put like some pepper on it and stuff. So, oh man, this integrated, I just can't get over this gimbal. This integrated selfie stick plus the tripod. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, Bernardo, how you doing? It's really a pleasure to see you, man. We missed you, and I know you came the other night. I really appreciate you coming in the other night and saying hi, because I know you're busy. So I got my big battery bank. My gimbal says that it's half power, and it was fully charged, so I'm going to plug it in now. So my battery bank's plugged into the gimbal, powering it, which is also powering the phone. So I think that means we can go for a couple hours here. So I showed you the gali Thai already, which is the cabbage. So let's try that, because cabbage with bacon and some hot peppers. Now here we go. That Vietnam guy can cook. Perfect. The amount of hot spice is dead on. And I got some nice fatty Asian style bacon. Oh man. Now, I want to look at this primitive pizza. I'm not expecting much. I got to move all this stuff. I'm not expecting much, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the pizza. See my hand? So it's like I don't know how big. Not that big. So that was $2 US. So, first of all, it's a little bit cold. Huh? Yes, carrot, corn. Corn is huge. Corn is in everything. Carrots, corn, peas. It seems like sausage. I might ask her to throw that in the grill. This isn't even cooked all the way. Ugh. $60 NT, which is $2. Not worth it. Not worth it. I'm gonna walk over there off camera and ask her. Hey， 老板娘，请问你可以加热这个不够熟？
加热那个
OK，
我帮你用那个。
给你，谢谢。我不在乎多少钱没关系，就是不熟的 ，we're gonna take it in the back. So I told her, you know, how much it costs. I don't care. I just want it cooked. It's terrible. This thing is not terrible. I showed this on a short. This is an encapsulated pork hamburger. With egg. It is. Oh boy. Honey, I shrunk the. That is exquisite. A mild black pepper flavor, perfectly seasoned salt, and the same basic pork meat flavoring. Not you and Big Daver, not you in Taiwan. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm in Taiwan, man. I'm not Big Daver. Are you talking about, are you asking Dave if he's in Taiwan? Anyway, so this is off the charts. Hey, how's it going, Frank? Yeah, but it ain't no English muffin. It's got pork in it. Good to see you this morning, Frank. There's an egg in there on the top. See, they build it in a layer. You can see the strata, see? They pour the, if you look in the YouTube thumbnail, you can see, and back at the beginning I showed her making it, but they pour the bottom batter and let it start to cook. And then, oh, how? Shishi. And, okay, they heated it up, okay. There you go. And so, yeah. Then they put the egg on, and then they put the meat, and they put the thing on the top. Now, it takes a while to cook. Oh. It really, really is good. That's Frankie, I take it. How you doing, Frankie? Fist bump from Taiwan. Taiwan beer. This is great because the selfie stick built into this gimbal. Look at the Kaodu is just perfect, the altitude. This is the best thing. This and the cabbage. Fishy. Now the other stuff just came. Hey, Ken Rod, fist bump to you. It is a bit cool here. It was, I've been in Taiwan for 20 years. It's my home. Why do I have to have guts? Okay. Back camera. All right, here's the broccoli and sausage, and she got some sliced onions on the side. This is a type of, they made a Vietnam style white pepper and salt, and this is cayenne pepper. And boy, oh boy, that's just, yeah, that's amazing. Okay, all right. So now, so Ken, how you doing? You guys should follow Ken around if you're interested in all things coffee. Ken's coffee break is amazing. And I learn a lot. Actually, I probably have too much food. But I want to try a variety of stuff tonight. This is really, really something here. So in Chinese, we call this bacon gali chai. That's how they say bacon. And this is that little pizza. And he heated it up in the back, but probably used a microwave, which I think I would prefer to do it in a grill. To me, that is just, I don't know, too much. To me, that's just a thing, it's just a carbohydrate, which I don't need more of. To be honest, this is my favorite thing here. $55 NT, about $1.85 US. And man, oh man. Now I want to give a shout out to my man Dave, because today he did a broadcast showing the old Osaka, which is cool. And he mentioned Steven Seagal, which is funny, kind of for a personal reason. But at dinner time tonight, my family sat down and my wife and my daughter were watching, and every kind of food that Dave was showing, we have a version of it, something similar, because it came from Japan. See, Taiwan was part of Japan. You read in this news all the time that, you know, Taiwan and China split in 1949 in a civil war. No, in 1949, Taiwan had just been taken away from Japan the year before and was given to the nationalists, which owned all of China. And in 1949, the nationalists lost a war to the communists and retreated to Taiwan. So there was no split. It's crazy. I don't know the history. But anyway, I digress. But Japan had a heavy influence here, and a lot of the buildings are Japanese. A lot of the food's Japanese. People on the East Coast speak Japanese. A lot of Japanese stuff here. So my wife and I were watching your broadcast, Dave, and my wife and my daughter too, and they were commenting in Chinese about the food, and they really liked it. So I think they're primed for a visit. I just hope that over the summer these countries start dropping their ridiculous COVID mandates. Because now, in the U.S. still, hopefully they'll drop the pretense on May 1st when it expires. But in the U.S. still, you have to have a vaccination by those vaccines that don't work. And my wife doesn't have that one. My wife took the Medigen one, which has no side effects and is a protein subunit and not a messenger RNA, made in Taiwan COVID vaccine. So Frankie, when you say I'm brave to live in Taiwan, no, just smart. Taiwan's one of the best places in the world. People here are smart. And don't believe everything you read on the internet or hear in the news about China. They're a dog chained up to the fence, and all they can do is bark, and they know it. People call me, and they say, MJ, you need to get out, you need to get out. Whoa. Why? My house on fire? Stories sell newspapers. That's cool. Yeah, they're going up slowly. That's nice. All right. Food content is really, people love it. I mean, if I was a beautiful woman, I'd have 322,000. Don't get me started about the Japanese girls walking around. They don't say a word. That burger is like, wow. Yesterday I got 2. Or no, the day before I got 2. And it was absolutely perfect. That's Taiwan style sausage. And this is the broccoli. It's hitting the deep fryer real quick. Fantastic. So we got quite a, like Dave says, quite a little feast going on here. All right. Now, the cool thing is, as I was saying earlier, the gimbal's output that charges the phone is not only keeping up with the output of the phone while it's live streaming, it's also gaining. It's actually charging it up. So when I started the live stream, the phone was at 92%, now it's at 97%. That is a testament to how good the battery charger is. We've got our little beer glass. And this says Snow Mountain, Shaisan, and then that last 2 words mean beer, Pijo. Pijo. So it's an Anheuser-Busch product, which doesn't mean I support their new spokesperson, which I showed to Phoenix, and she thinks that guy's ridiculous, by the way. But the only other choices are Heineken, which I highly dislike, and Taiwan Gold Medal beer, which gives me a headache. So it's this. And the other one is Budweiser. And, well, a friend of mine years ago was an amateur brewer. And we were doing a job. And he said, let's come back to my house and eat lunch. I said, okay. And he knew my background, so he said, you can cook some Chinese food, right? I said, yeah. Deep fried broccoli is a trip. You should try it at home, Ken, because you can, you have more control and cleaner oil. But the secret is to hit it real quick, same as like wok frying, so the inside isn't, quite as well cooked as the outside. So we bought some stuff, and because I had grown up and worked in a Chinese restaurant when I was young, I showed him how to cook everything. But what he didn't realize was that you cook stuff individually first. Cook the meat, put it aside. Cook the vegetables, put it aside. Cook the last set of ingredients and then put everything else together. Because what he was doing was he was putting everything in the wok together and cooking it like that. And the meat wouldn't be cooked and the vegetables would be like destroyed. And so that changed his life. But then he changed my life. He said, go get a couple mugs out of the freezer. I did. Beautiful, huge glass, beer steins encrusted with ice in the freezer. He pulls out a bottle, no label. He's telling me that he made this. I'm like, really, what is it? So I'm going to show you first. So I said cracked, not the other way. He cracked the bottle open, right? And the condensation comes out. Give me your mug, okay? And he pours this, and this red beer came out with a beautiful foam that looked like ice cream. It was amazing. And it was full of life, effervescent, and just... Hey, Noel. Good to see you, man. This is Mr. Wu's Barbecue. Remember the place that we went and at night we wanted to eat and they said, no, it's too late and shut us down, which eventually led to my not going there anymore? It's on the next road behind. Excuse me. So yeah, good to see you, man. Fist bump. So he pours this beer and it's a beautiful like redhead beer. And I taste it. I've always been good, in identifying flavors. And I go, there's honey in here, man. He's like, yep. And he told me that this was the original honey-based Czechoslovakian recipe for Budweiser. And that's where it came from. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Excuse me. And the story is, and I have read articles about this, so I assume this to be true. When the men in the United States went off to war, women assumed many of the factory jobs. And women assumed many of the social habits that the factory working men had. Makes sense. So after work, the ladies would go out to drink, have a beer at the bar with their co-workers from the factory, and the beer was too strong. So beer companies watered it down. The story goes that when the men came back home from war and been away so long, didn't really have access to drinking beer every day in the battlefield, they were just so happy to be back home with their wives and families that they didn't really complain about the beer. And so the beer companies continued to make the less expensive, watered down versions. And the men didn't complain because while they were gone to war, their wives had become beer drinkers, and so they would go out together and drink beer. And so if you see Bud Light, that's like the abomination of all abominations of beer. This guy's name was Kevin, and he was just all up and down about how the beer companies in the United States had just done everybody wrong. And I mean, the words Bud and Light would not come out of his mouth in the same paragraph. You just couldn't stand it. But let me tell you, that original Czech recipe, apparently, among home brewers, is quite well known. So if you know anybody that makes beer at home, you might want to ask them. Got any of that original Czech recipe of oh, this is stupid. Okay, Taiwan News. McCall says China could influence take over Taiwan in next election without a shot fired. See, Frankie, this is what you've been reading. No, I'm tired of this. I hate politics, I don't get involved, but I know reality when I see it. No, they can't take over because the Taiwanese will not allow their freedoms to be eroded. Taiwanese are quiet. And then one day, there's an eruption. And you never know it. But if you know somebody that brews beer, and you have a chance to try the original Czech recipe, I highly recommend it. We enjoyed that Czech recipe and the Chinese food that I cooked. And we didn't even want to go back to work. But man, oh man, it was something. Really something. They were, those beers were amazing. And we had several cases of them. He did not offer to give me any to take back. I don't blame him. All right. Wow. I haven't been on this early in a long time. It's only 9:07 p.m., 21:07 local time, which means it's 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern. And Ken, what's it, 8 a.m. where you live? My goodness. Yeah. Looks like we're going to be here for a while. That's why I only ordered 2 sausages. Yep, there we go. Yep, 807. That's why I only ordered 2 sausages and a little bit of the broccoli. I wanted the cruciferous vegetables and of course the cabbage. Cabbage is one of the great foods. And last night I was at the Simple Mart. I got a small jar of kimchi, pickled cabbage, and boy, that's one of the better kimchis I've ever had. That makes a nice snack because it kind of balances out the bacteria in your gut. Wow. Now, I'm charging this thing up. I don't see any appreciable difference on my battery bank. The phone is now at 99%. So I'm sorry I don't have more to walk around and show you right now. We could take a walk later. But this is that, I guess it's sausage, carrot, corn, and peas pizza. And the sausage and the cheese, it tastes okay. It's not something I'd order again. But also I'm not going to throw it out. But I'll tell you what it's good for. In Chinese we say sha jiu cai, which means food for drinking. I'm going to see if I can write this in Chinese. Yeah, that wasn't so hard. This is what we call that in Chinese. Okay, so that went out on, wow, I guess it went out on everything. That means food to support drinking, sha jiu cai. So a lot of times if you're at a place and you're drinking beer, they, excuse me, oh my goodness. They ask you, what do you want to, 你想吃什么? What do you want to eat? You can just say, 我想下酒菜. And a lot of times, the owners of these places are clever enough to just be able to come up with some dishes without, you don't even have to say. Sometimes they have salt in them. Other times they'll have like the pizza stuff, But the sha jiu cai is really good for supporting supporting drinking. And for people like me who don't get drunk and don't like drunks, eating food while drinking is absolutely essential. All right, now I want to talk about something else. I'm not sponsored by anyone, not anymore. About 6 months ago, I saw an offer for Curiosity TV. I gave mine away. The last one I had. My friend Athula wanted it. I got to order some more. I'm going to order the next ones. I have a square cross section that's a little deeper. Same batteries. I'm going to get those next time. But yeah, got to have those, man. If you look back on, for those of you who just joined or you don't know who I am, which I don't blame you because I'm a nobody, if you look at my previous streams, you will see many references and many instances where I'm, so there you go. There you go. And, in future meetups, you can bring it. And, worst comes to worst, Noel, on your next meetup, if you're going to meet a bunch of, major live streamers somewhere, let me know and I'll send you a case of them. Be very popular. Actually, those things are so cheap, right? That I'll get back to the Curiosity TV in a second. Next time I go to Kaohsiung, because Noel was with me last time I was in Kaohsiung, and he went to 2 places that I actually played. I brought some guitars with me and played some shows. It was kind of funny, but all coincidental. The time that he was here, all coincidental. I was already planning on going to Kaohsiung and stuff, so I didn't wait until he came here and went down there, to show off the fact that I could play guitar or whatever. Nothing like that. It was just, But anyway. The Oxford, that really nice bar run by Luca And you can see it in Google Maps, right? Okay, no, it would require planning, but excuse me, but not a lot of money because this stuff's cheap here. Next time I go down, I'm bringing at least a case of those. So everyone in the bar gets one. Excuse me. And when I'm playing my set, they can all have LED blinky glasses. So now I've heard of Magellan TV and some others, but I didn't see much about Curiosity TV. But the subscription was very cheap, and it came with a channel called SOMM, which is about wine and food pairings with wine. Not really interested, didn't look at it. I mean, I browsed through it, but it also came with Da Vinci Kids. And I showed Phoenix some of the Da Vinci Kids shows on mathematics, and she was glued to the TV. Math is not her big strong point because, like her father, who understands complex mathematical formulas, I mean, in theory, but hates adding 2 plus 2. I mean, I can't stand doing addition, but I love, celestial mechanics and quantum mechanics and things like that. So the abstract stuff is easy, but give me a column of numbers and I need a calculator. Phoenix is just like that. So my daughter's name is Phoenix. Anyway, the Da Vinci Kids was great, but I wasn't prepared for how good some of the shows are on Curiosity. And yes, they have history, different categories, history and technology and society and all this stuff, right? But I went down to their originals, and they have some original programming that I was watching some last night. If you had a camera on my face, I'm going, these guys documented how humpback whales and killer whales have a truce in Finland, in certain fjords, and how they hunt. And the humpback whales, being a lot larger, have figured out that they can use their bodies together to herd a school of anchovies against the shore where they can't get away. And then they go in there with those massive mouths, and they're baleen filter feeders, and they just go in there and they scoop up, hundreds of kilos of anchovies. But the anchovies can't really get away, or herring, I should say herring, sorry. They can't really get away because there's too many whales and they're blocking them in. The orcas are sitting out back, just, hanging out, right? Matthew, fist bump. Good to see you, bro. The orcas are just hanging out, right? But what the humpback whales do is, when the humpback whales have had their fill, they hang back a little bit, but they maintain that same front line to keep the herring corralled, and then the orcas go in and feed. And the orcas are not filter feeders. They have to kind of individually, it's harder for them. They can't just scoop a bunch of stuff up and swallow it. It takes longer for them, and it's harder for them, and they need the fish to be highly concentrated in a school so that their, bite radius grabs a larger proportion of fish. And the humpback whales don't actually have any real reason to do this, except that there's another hunting strategy that they use in the open water where the orcas provide a way to help the humpbacks feed. And I was looking at this and I was like, and people believe in evolution. So animals are too intelligent to to just have come from an amoeba. They were designed that way. It was amazing. The design in nature is so clear. You just have to look for it. I was astonished. And so it's called Sea Hunters. That is the Curiosity TV original series. And Matthew, where you got kids, I want to consider that. I've got no code or nothing. I'm not, affiliated or anything. I'm just a customer. If you've got, and the photography is outstanding. I don't know how they got the photography, but they have some world-class divers, world-class people making these shows. And I saw those 2 episodes of the Sea Hunters where animals work together, and that particular one with the orcas and the humpbacks just astonished me. So what you can do is you can find a live streamer that might have a Curiosity TV code. But I think I got Curiosity TV and Da Vinci Kids and their stuff. I think it was $7 for the year. Now, there's not a tremendous amount of content, a tremendous, thousands. But the shows that they do have are very well produced. So it's very clear that they're going for quantity rather than, quantity. And they have a series on electricity, and it mentions Nikola Tesla and Edison, and the whole war between AC and DC, and I found that fascinating because you guys know I've read the complete works of Nikola Tesla, so I've read everything he ever wrote. And he was undoubtedly, compared to Edison, he was from another planet. Edison was not an inventor, he was a businessman, in my opinion. Nothing wrong with that. But if you go to the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., they have a bust of Edison standing beside a device that was invented by Tesla. So, academic world is messed up. It's a world I don't know much about on purpose because I don't want to get involved. All right. So the question I have for you guys is, well, I'm eating all this stuff. It's going to take me forever. Should we sign off? And I can just come on later tonight, about maybe 2 hours from now, and do our regular late night down at the Jar Jar, or what? So I highly recommend the Insta360 Flow gimbal, which I've used tonight, and the integrated selfie stick. Check the table. That's really stable. Can't really tell I'm shaking the table. It comes with a little silicone grip cover, which for my OM4 I had to buy that aftermarket. There's a couple things about it as an engineer that I would like to tell you. I'm going to do like an engineer's review of it after I've used it for a few weeks. But right now YouTube is just saturated. They must have sent out 200 of these darn things or something. What they wanted was for YouTube to be inundated. So anybody that does, you know, live streaming tech, content creator tech, every single one of those guys got one of these, except me. But I think I'm going to sign off. I've been on the air for an hour and 21 minutes. I think I'm going to sign off so I can finish eating without having to talk too much. And we'll see what happens, and maybe we'll come on a little bit later and on my second device. I also have a new toll-free number for North America. If you guys want to do like a call-in talk show, we can do that too. That'd be interesting. Or we can use Skype. So let me go ahead and sign off, and I'll see you guys hopefully in a little while if I'm feeling up to it, or if I don't have a carbohydrate crash. Thank you. I would hope so. Yeah, part 2. Guys, take care. Thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. Hopefully we'll see you later tonight. I'll tell you more about the gimbal later. All right, take care. I'm going to say Tsai Chen, one on. Bye-bye. Bye for now. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. All right, this is great. Nice inaugural broadcast.